Okay, we're going to take a look at a positional sequence that starts off under the mount. What happens is, I do the first part of the escape successfully. I bridge, I crawl, and I change hand position, turn my hips, I scoop his first ankle, and it's often getting the second leg out that's a little tricky because there's a moment where I'm open. I technically have half guard, but it's an open half guard. He can pass, so I have to be ready for that. So when I'm bringing the knee through, he taps the knee and he passes. So I've got to stay on my side and get my arm through to an underhook. Okay, so that I can bump and come up. So notice his weight went that way, so it bought me a little space and a little time to get up to a single, and then I can finish the takedown, and I can pass, and then I can mount, and then the whole process would repeat. However, and you can look at that as the first stage of this. It's cyclic. He's going around and repeating. But now we had a wrinkle where it could go several directions because both of us are more advanced grapplers now that are thinking ahead about what we're preventing the next step to. When another person's trying to get this next position, we can block it and they go to something else, and then it gives you a chance to get up. And these are the things that happen now. So I bridge, and I crawl. I get this far, and as he goes to tap the knee and pass, and I'm getting up, before I can turn, even if I turn my hips, but I can't get up yet, he steps over to mount. You see his hip is blocking my underhook, all right? And that's when he can force me down. But one thing that is in my favor, sort of, is I can't finish turning under, but I can scoop this ankle and put him in half guard. So before it gets into a deep half guard, he raises up his hips and his knee comes to the other side, and you notice he's got his underhook here, and then he passes to the other side. He gets modified scarf and he's in good shape. So that's the first sort of divergent path where he is able to, off of the elbow escape here, to make sure that I can't get up for the single. He steps over, and it's often the case when I'm reaching for a bear hug that he stops me that way. And it might just end up where I just settle here and I'm stuck. But I don't want to let that just go. So while I'm still here, I would like to trap this ankle. And if I could get this nice and high and lock it down, then he can't just pass easily. And that's a fight between the two of us over this underhook. But here's the other direction it can go. There's this key moment there when I do the knee elbow escape. He passes, and I go to get up. And he tries to, if I'm up on my elbow and he steps over, go ahead. You see, I'm still under him, so he's probably gonna push me down. But if I use this elbow and this foot, opposite elbow, left arm, and right foot, he steps over, to slide my hips away. Now you see I've got base that's here, not underneath him, and I can drive, I can take up the base, and I can hold him down, and I can pass. So space and create an elevation to hip heist. Wrapped around his hip, and I slide my knee out. I don't just try to get underneath him because he'll just roll me to my back. Instead, I pull my knee out and I fortify base away from him. So now I have drive in this direction, and I can pop his base, pop his arm. I take his knee and turn it, turn his hips, and then force him to his back. So that's one of those key points where it's a toss-up or a scramble, depending on who's thinking ahead and who's using the space that they have before it closes up.